Eli.
You warmed up yet?
You want the truth?
You can't handle the truth!
Do you want to play rough? Okay. I want to play a game. Nigga, please. Playtime's over, boy.
Hustle hard in any hustle that you pick. I respect that.
Hey, bring the bull back on. The Drunken Monk. Come on in. Take a sip. What up, though? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Elijah X. And thank you for joining me again on this Sunday for episode 2 of The Drunken Monk. Today, we're going to be talking about upcoming video game I find very intriguing, and a lot of combat-heavy people will too. It's called For Honor. For Honor. So I'll be getting to that first. And I'll also be having a review for Lights Out from director James Wan and also director of Aquaman. Bloop, bloop. Yeah. For the follow-up, the final, we're going to talk about this Epi Pen saga going down and the CEO and, you know, everything that's currently littering your news feed in terms of that topic. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get drunk! Yeah! This message is proudly brought to you by Side Pocket. If you don't drink malt liquor, I'm not your nigga. Ha!
And not interfere with this wedding.
You have my solemn word of honor.
You have no honor. I want your word.
Word is bond. Yeah. All right. We will now be talking For Honor. This is a game developed by Ubisoft. It is a combat title that features knights, Vikings, and samurai as the 3 key archetypes. And they also have types within these archetypes. So there's assassins and warriors, and I'm certain there's a heavy in each of them as well. I've seen some dudes swinging around the double gripped axe. So you know that motherfucker was slaying. So the thing about For Honor is that it's a game that relies on all these old school dependencies, or I don't even know what to call them, but in Knights, Vikings, Samurais. I mean, that shit sounds enticing enough as is. The game features a combat system known as Art of Battle. This means that the right analog stick is mapped directly to your weapon that you're currently using, and you use it for attack and defensive capabilities. Now, from what I've seen, and you can easily click the link in the description, go to the Puffin Buddha page, and you'll see what's going down in the development videos and whatnot. But the animation, man, it looks real fluid, it looks real smooth. And that shit it seems enticing. I haven't seen a game that actually pulled me out of my rut of not getting into video games in a minute. So this game itself looks great. Every action in the game is mocap or motion captured by real life weapon artists. So what you see is what you get on the realest level on here. They really move like they move like real fucking people. It's great. I've seen a death animation in the game. Homeboy came through, stabs the guy straight down the torso, and then slices up vertically straight up his abdomen, and then lops his head off. And I mean, it shows it, and it looked good. Goddamn, it looked good.
Good and terrible.
A couple more tidbits about For Honor. Let's see. So you fight. It's 4v4, and then you also have NPCs that litter the field to give you single points as you keep going to capture. Now, a cool aspect about it is when you capture a point and you're defending, they grant you double points during the duration of you defending. So if somebody comes at you while you're there, then hold it down. Hold it down. Essentially, you can hold down and win the game just by having 2 or 3 really fucking nice people on the swords. It looks very visceral. I love it. It's got a detailed graphic layout that fits the time period so well. Another thing about the game, each of these archetype, the people, they hold what's called a feat or a special call to action. So for the samurai class, playing as an assassin, you can call something known as an arrow storm. And inside of the walkthrough, you can see my man, he tosses down arrow storm on one end of the bridge, ceasing any movement forward by the enemy. And then he proceeds to bust his ass on said bridge and toss him off it. He just, yeah. That shit. He fucks him up and he just slings his ass off the side. It's great. Man. Within the game, when you reach a point, the 1,000 point mark, the players stop respawning. Now, this is what's known as the breaking stage. That means no player can come back after a death when you hit that 1,000 point mark. So it creates a sense of tenseness or intensity. There we go. And you just got to keep going. And it's a third person. When you get into combat, this camera zooms closer upon your fighter, so it gets even more intense when you're in combat. And I tell you right now, man, other than Battlefield, this happens to be the only game on my radar. This shit looks great. It looks phenomenal. Ever since that E3 2015 presentation, the demo, the graphics have taken a leap, and they looks really smooth. Everything just comes off as well done, and it's very good to see from a game that's not out, especially one that's online reliant. I know there's a story mode that explains why Vikings, knights, and samurai are combating one another, but everything looks smooth from the online perspective as this game is meant to be played. And I give that shit 2 thumbs up. Now, they also have one more thing. It's referred to as the revenge meter. The most casual name possible. But the revenge meter is when you're getting ganged up on by a group of either NPC player control characters, and you're blocking successfully, you're attacking successfully, and countering successfully. It fills up a meter. And when you activate it, it blows your opponents back. It gives you the time to figure out whether you need to fight or flee. Now, you can fight in big groups after using the meter and do damage. You really can. But it seems more as so as a backup, a go-to, like a safeguard, a Scots guard. You slide right through the rug, Nilla. But it looks like it keeps you out of trouble and lets you get away when necessary. So overall, my opinions of this For Honor game, it looks very engaging. It looks very enticing. I would love for you guys to hit the description link below and go check out some gameplay footage, whether it be the E3 demo or the article that depicts how they master the melee. I would really like for you guys to go to the channel, check it out, make your own impression. Go ahead, drop a comment. I'm always here. I'm always slicing and dicing, killing them with the ricin'. Breaking Bad. Yes, now it's on to the next one. Blunted blurb. Numero uno. So, it appears as though Blizzard has activated a feature that allows you to stream any of their games on PC straight from said game to Facebook. Yeah. So there's a little more social aspect for your gaming lives. Go and check out battle.net's client. And then you'll be able to, fuck around and sling your overshot footage up on Facebook for friends not to watch whatsoever. Back to the show.
What? A long time ago, I had a friend named Diana. And something really bad happened to her.
Everyone is afraid of the dark.
I mean, bitch.
And that's what she feeds on.
Show yourself.
Lights out. All right, I'm back with it. All right, so I just gave a gander into this nice little flick known as Lights Out, directed by James Wan. Some of you may also know him as the pioneer of the Saw franchise. And yeah, James, he's pretty good. He also did Fast and the Furious, maybe 6 it was. And don't hate me for saying this. I actually haven't watched Fast and the Furious since Tokyo Drift. Yeah. So back to the topic. Lights Out. It starts off pretty quick. The story is about an entity named Diana. I'll say haunting for now, because I would like you guys to actually watch it, as it is enjoyable. It starts off very eerie. A lot of the portions in the trailer actually happened very early in the movie, so there's a lot more going on that you haven't seen as of yet. It's got the casual, dysfunctional family drama, but it actually all makes sense in terms of the presentation of the movie itself. So it's not as annoying as many other movies come off. In the beginning, they have the dude, the owner of the business, the woman who sees the girl, the entity, when she turns off the light multiple times in the trailer and hops forward in that last flick. She goes to tell the boss that there's something around, and he's just on the phone. He's like, all right, go ahead, go home, don't worry about nothing. So, it's got that one douchebag, and, so the entity, it clings to darkness, obviously, as the title informs you, Lights Out. They have some very clever uses of how she uses the darkness. And, she's not afraid to show herself in any instance of darkness. It doesn't matter how slim or how much surface area the darkness covers. If she's after you and you've seen her, even if you don't know, it doesn't matter. She utilizes the darkness very effectively and very directly. So you see her image more than the whole movie, pretty much. And it's kind of crazy. She's like a boogeyman or a boogie woman. To be politically correct, you know what I'm saying? But that's the presentation. What's happening in the movie is the main character, she left home because this entity, Diana, is attracted to her mother. And what happens is the brother, her little brother, half brother, whatever, he's living in the house and he's starting to experience these things, and he's losing sleep. He can't sleep. You'll see part of it in the trailer, actually, that I post in the links. when he goes and talks to his mother. But yeah, he's losing sleep and he's falling asleep in his homeroom class. So she goes and picks him up and takes him away. And of course, you know how fucking supernatural, spiritual tropes movies go. It doesn't matter where you go, they follow you type ordeal. So yeah, of course, it follows Rebecca, the main character, when she does so. But it's pretty cool. The entity herself is she was a human, and the way that she comes about, the reasoning behind it is kind of, you know, hokey, but the way that they present it is it makes it seem feasible, real, palpable. There we go, palpable. You know, you can chew on that shit and not die. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. For me, you know, another supernatural entity movie, thank God it wasn't a fucking exorcism movie or nothing like that. But, whew. No, it was actually definitely worth a watch. It's only, an hour and about 16 minutes. So not even a full feature length, the hour and a half to 2 hours realm. But it was certainly worth the watch. Even if you just put it on background. If you enjoy horror, I would say give it a shot. It's definitely worth the look. I didn't mind my time with it. And I might end up watching it again type shit, you know? Like I said, toss in the background and just keep it rolling and shit. It's so crazy. Like I said, even when they go over to Rebecca's house and she takes her little brother over there, the CPS agent comes over and she has to take him away. And he was sleeping in a tub and with the light on his face. And when the CPS agent's taken away, he's like, it's okay. I got some sleep. I'm like, poor kid. Yeah, his mom off medications, diddle-daddling with fucking souls and spirits of the demented. It's not as corny as that sounds. So, in my opinion, I would say Lights Out is an effective jump scare, effective head turner. You can turn it on, you can leave it on, you can play it again if you want. And in my mind, that would give a movie probably a 7.5 out of 10 on my scale. So, yeah, it's better than a lot of other fucking shiesty horror movies that have been coming out in the past year or two. So, if I were you, I'd give it a spin. Lights Out, directed by James Wan. My man is on Wan. And when you get the chance, go ahead and check out The Conjuring 2, because that is most definitely better than the first one. And if you hate me for the comment, I guess you could tell me to suck it and fucking go watch Fast and the Furious. Nigga. One. The blunted blurb. Numero dos. So, evidently scientists have discovered an exoplanet that can possibly sustain life. Once again. Alright. So it's 4.5 goddamn whatever billion light years away, but it's one of the closest planets or exoplanets that we've seen capable of such a feat. It's orbiting the red star Proxima Centauri, and they've dubbed it Proxima B. Like, you know, Plan B. Yeah. Some offshoot of some bullshit. For more, go ahead and hit the link in the description. I got links for the blurbs. Yep, I'm going back to the herb. Round 3.
Fight!
This has been a controversy brewing. Obviously, it started with Valiant and concerns about price hikes in that company. Where is this one going to end? Because interestingly enough, the CEO of this company is the daughter of a U.S. senator.
That's true. There's a lot of intrigue in this case, and Hillary Clinton's recent statement is that these price increases are outrageous. She's not holding back, and there's a question about what's going to happen on Capitol Hill. The CEO of this company has ties to a U.S. senator, and it's making it a little bit awkward for members of Congress to decide what to do. In previous cases, we've seen these CEOs get hauled up to Capitol Hill and forced to explain why they hiked prices on these life-saving drugs. So we'll see if that happens in this case as well. It's in this case as well. It's in this case as well.
We shall see, shan't we? Shan't we? All right, we're about to close out, and this is the finale. All right, so this right here is more of a kind of an open discussion, as I stated in my status yesterday. I want you guys. There's only so much knowledge I have about anything pertaining to the medical and pharmaceutical industries. Obviously, there's just certain things you should know in these later years of your life. I'm only 25, but there's things you should be cognizant of. But in terms of the Epi Pen itself, I'm not a user, and I guess I haven't been around people long enough to see anyone having to necessarily use it on a frequent basis. So whatever input you can have, like I said, comment. You can even text me. I'll give you the number. You can tweet me or whatever. So some facts. Straight up Fiznacks. Over the past 8 years, the price of the Epi Pen has evidently rose 400%. Now, I tell you, man, anything over 100% in raise of anything, unless it's your wages, is fuckery. Like, wow. Okay. So that recently the compensation of the executive, it rose by 600%. So that in and of itself is more than a red flag. That shit is checkered, and I'm sitting at the goal line just racing to understand what the fuck is going on. I mean, obviously there's an investigation going on the federal end of all of this. For price gouging, because it's in my humble opinion, it's fucking repulsive. It's very evident that there are children and adults and many people who require this medication and who've been purchasing it for these years, even through these increases, these incremental increases through these years. And it's very disdainful that anyone would raise the prices. So the Mylan CEO, or I'm assuming that's the company Mylan. Obviously I did my research, but Drunken monk and shit, things start to blur together after a while. But she says no one, sir, no one is more frustrated than me. She says essentially that we're paying the premium twice because they have their charge, and then the industry itself is doing more charging on top of what they're charging because they're scumbags, which yes, that is true. They're fucking awful. But either way, the price within a year shot up for the medication from $100 to $600. $600. Let's see. I'm currently paid weekly, and by the grace of whoever's watching me, I get $450 weekly. So either way, that's still more than one paycheck worth of your wages. Now, if you're a single parent, or you are a parent in general with multiple children, Oh, and God forbid you have multiple children who need an Epi Pen. That, like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. We're not rich, damn it. We're the common folk. I know I'm speaking to the common folk. There ain't no multi-millionaire over there fucking counting his ducats and listening to this bucket of shit. But I am the shit. Don't get it confused. Back to the Epi Pen. This shit is ridiculous. It is crazy. And I'm gonna check out the link once again in the off the description, the page in the description. And it was saying something about Sarah Jessica Parker's child. She has nut allergies, and they used to be so buddy and so close to the company and the CEO and whatnot. And she just cut all her ties and endorsements and everything, and she's just in utter disdain that the company's practices are so fucking malicious. Like, if just think about it. It's back to the Martin Scarelli shit, that smug fucking crack fiend. Like, that guy is one of the worst human beings in my mind. And I don't know if I can determine that from her, because she's trying to rectify the situation and he's just an arrogant fucking cockweasel. So, I mean, either way, you're taking a medication that is a necessity for people's livelihoods, who've been purchasing and taking it for years, possibly decades, and you're just going to skyrocket the price to make it unapproachable by us common folk. And that is just America. That's America. God, man, that's America. Whew. Oh, man. And let's see, what else she said. She said facts are inconvenience to headlines. What the fuck? What does that mean? You're the person in the position of power to make difference within these situations, and she says facts are inconvenience to headlines. You know that, guys. You know that. Bitch, in the past 8 years, you got paid $2.4 million all the way up to $19 million. How the fuck? Hey, that's why I would like you guys' opinion. I want you to throw in on this, and I would love to continue this discussion, because there's more to be had. Certainly, and I just find it, just like I said, disdainful. That's malevolent business practices. But then again, it's all part of the fucking medical industry, and maybe one day I'll get into that. I mean, there's things in here too that says, this woman, the CEO, lobbied to make Epi Pen and shit widespread and things like that. So, I mean, who knows? Possibly. That's why I'm not trying to put all my eggs in her basket and fucking crack it over her head. But either way, she holds plenty of responsibility for what's happening, and she has to be more addressable in the situation. People really need to know, because this is not okay. 47 million people within the world are currently in need of this drug. Well, medication, my bad. Drunken monk. But it's crazy. And you'll see also on the page post, I'll post the image, but there's a thing that says, ours is up to $600 in the States. And in Canada, a man's mother needed an Epi Pen. Guess how much it cost in Canada? In the same continent, I believe, $11.85. It might have been 58. That's the part I'm confused on. But cents on a dollar. Like, what? Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, and she's just a liar. She's a liar overall. She lied and said she had an MDA. She lied. In this type of industry, that is, red flag, double red flag, set them on fire and jump in a volcano, red flags. Woo! Call up Ric Flair, because that bitch is out of there. That's a red flag. She lied about having an MDA. But guess what? Her pops got her the job. You heard it at the beginning. The senator. So, God, man. If they don't run her ass up the hill and fucking hit her with the book a couple times, at least give them some knowledge. Like, I really don't understand. But that all feeds back in, the medical industry. And it's been happening for a while, but it's just becoming more prevalent because everything is always accessible to us now. But either way, I really would like to know you guys' opinion. What you got to say about this? What do you think about what's going on with this Epi Pen situation? Because I would like to continue the discussion. You can drop it on my page. You can drop it on my Instagram. Drop it on my Twitter on short shots, or you can drop it on the Facebook. It's cool. So we're going to wrap this up. Man. But on the sign out, I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. There will be more content coming. That means it won't be necessarily a weekly channel. And there will be other things for you to look forward to. As you may have noticed, I've been presenting a horror review of some sort, mostly movie or a game, but I'm gonna spin that off into its own segment, a horror hour, whatever have you, maybe not an hour. I'm also gonna do an anime channel to support Dragon Ball Super and what's going on for everybody who is waiting for English dubs or people who are currently watching and would love to get some more in-depth analysis and insight. I think that would be pretty cool. Then I will also do one for my dispensary reviews and my locale visits in terms of hiking and different venue visits. So, this is the Drunken Monk saying there's a lot coming up. And I'd appreciate it if you roll with me through the venture. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at PuffinBuddha303. Also on Instagram at PuffinBuddha303. And, just hit me up and I'll follow you back. That's all it is, and that's a wrap. The Drunken Monk signing off.